Stopgap Dance Company. We sat down with the artistic collaborators working with us on Live Fiction to hear more about their role, their processes and experience. Lived Fiction.
Hi, I'm Amy Butler, and I've been with Stopgap for 10 years. First as a dancer, performer, and actually still a little bit of that. And also facilitator, teacher. And then my role developed more into being a senior dance artist, still performing and collaborating on performances, and mentoring a bit more as I kind of understood the company and the inner workings of the company more. And now I have more distance from the company because I have a family and I live further away. And my role when I come in is predominantly as rehearsal director. So your job is to kind of be the go-between between the choreographer and the dancer and kind of help communicate the choreographer's ideas to the dancers and then really polish and make the work super tight. In some companies, you also liaise a lot with the production side of things, and then even with managing kind of tours and venues as well. So it's just really about kind of being that extra support for the dancers and kind of buffering certain things for them and making sure that them and the show look amazing. I have spent so much time as a dancer and investing in the movement vocabulary and inclusive practice and technique that I understand where Lucy's coming from very quickly, and I have a real interest in the movement vocabulary, and I feel very intertwined in the process. Sometimes as a rehearsal director, you kind of come in and you don't necessarily know the material that well, and you are really just rehearsing and making things look tight and beautiful rather than kind of trying to communicate how to do the material and how to sort of pull out the qualities and the mechanisms of the material. So I think I feel like I know Stopgap's work so well that it feels like a very sort of natural thing for me to do. I feel like it's really easy actually to be a rehearsal director for Lucy. Our relationship has really evolved over the years, and she knows kind of my skill set and where I can best support her, and I really trust her artistic vision and kind of feel like I often know the kind of detail that she's after. I don't always know like the bigger picture or like the bigger scenes, but in terms of the detail, I think she really trusts me with that and trusts me to direct the dancers. So I feel like there's a lot of trust involved, and sometimes when it comes to kind of the more like logistical or kind of musical aspects, she'll really sort of lean on me because it kind of leaves space for her to see the overall work, and I feel like it's quite symbiotic. I feel like we complement each other really well. I think the way we work with translation is one of the things that makes Stopgap's work distinctive, and I love it because it requires so much like analysis and detail and precision and like obscure interesting movement, and like everyone's always kind of developing what their bodies can do and the coordinations in their bodies. So for me, it excites me from like just like wow, what we can do with our bodies and how we can make like interesting shapes and relate to each other in a really beautiful way. And actually I think that's a real Stopgap thing, translation. I think other things that make Stopgap's choreographic work more identifiable kind of come from Lucy actually, and like she likes to create a sense of atmosphere. Like atmosphere, it always feels like the space kind of has potential, and that she really pulls individuals out, which I think is such a beautiful thing to experience as a performer and as an audience member. You enjoy Lucy's feedback because it's about kind of pulling out something from you, and I feel you see that on stage, and you see kind of the connection between individuals because of that. And I think Stopgap's work really kind of shines when the people performing on stage all really connect and have like a sensitivity to each other and a generosity to each other. So it's the first production that I've really kind of taken on the role as rehearsal director. I've done it bits and pieces before. It's taught me how much I love being a rehearsal director. I've always liked it, but like in this capacity, I really love it. You know, I'm working on material and in artistic processes that I adore, and I also really, really enjoy doing the work of a rehearsal director. I think this is a really amazing piece to rehearsal direct in that there's so much more going on than just the movement, and actually that's like kind of, I don't feel like I've quite got a hold on all the other stuff yet, which is something that like I hope to. And in other work, it really is my responsibility to know all of that. But because I've come in later and there's some very like trusted collaborators, it's kind of knowing how much do I need to do, and like, do I need to sort of get a hold on that, or do I leave that to their expertise? Because I think there's a lot of like exceptional people working on the project, and like, you know, sometimes as a rehearsal director, you're navigating it all, and it's your responsibility to know everything. And I don't think it's quite like that with this project. I think my responsibility is more the dancers and Lucy. Yeah.